Andre Ward, and I'm joined right now by two MMA Bay Area legends, Gilbert Melendez and the one and only Nate Diaz. Fellas, I appreciate you coming in and stopping by.
Yeah.
Nate, what's up, man? Tell us a little bit about the boxing license. You obviously just got your license not too long ago, you know, in California. A lot of people want to know, is that real? What's the latest with that?
Well, the thing was, I was in some negotiation issues with the UFC, and I was talking to some boxing promotions and stuff, and I talked to the UFC about it, and they were not having it at all. So recently they got the Conor thing with Floyd Mayweather, and that's going viral. So I said, hold on, this is the same thing I just tried to do years ago, and you guys are gung-ho about it with him, but you guys are never let me. So I'm like, well, if he's got his boxing license, I don't even want nothing to do with that fight, but I'm going to get mine too and get in on that, you know? And if they're not going to let me in on it, then I think it'll show. What I've been saying, that they've been holding, the UFC been holding back on promoting me, and they're just pushing him and handing him everything. So I was just going to sit. I'm just keeping my options open, you know.
But you would be willing to fight. I'm willing professionally to fight. If something opened up that made sense.
Either one. Like, I've been sparring in the, with top-ranked boxers for a lot of years, and just like I've been training with mixed top-ranked martial artists for a lot of years. So I'm open to keep fighting in martial arts or going into boxing also. Gilbert,
grow as a fighter and as a man, and you can jump in too. How's it been watching you guys just, you know, evolve like that?
Yeah, it's good. I got Nick, Jake, and Gil, and they're all just a little bit older than me, so I just kind of watch and follow the path of these guys. You know, they're like my big brothers. I just kind of did what they did, learn from the good things they did, learn from their mistakes, and I think vice versa. I think we'll pick up off each other's mistakes and good things, and I think that we all, like he said, we complement each other, you know, and we run off each other's momentum, so I think it's good.
Yeah, and you obviously had a tremendous rematch against McGregor. Talk a little bit about the business side. You win the first one. Not a lot of people thought you were going to win. So when you come to the table with the UFC, what's the approach? How do you get the upper hand leading into the rematch?
As far as business goes, yeah, well, they needed the rematch to happen. I didn't need that rematch to happen, so.
Of course.
And I went into it knowing, too, if I didn't win by finish or something, that they were going to put it his way. So so that made me even stronger in the negotiations. Like, you guys ain't going to give me nothing, so you're going to have to give me something.
One last question on this note, and then we'll transition. Like, even right now, like, I won the first fight. If you listen to the noise, you listen to the media, you listen to, you know, the social media, oh, you're scared, you're ducking them. Obviously, for a fighter, I know the truth.
Right.
Like, we've been doing this most of our lives. It's not a scared bone in any of our bodies, you know, going into a fight. But how do you deal with that stuff when you hear that noise out there? You know something is different inside. How do you deal with the noise?
I just think about, I'm not turning down any fight ever, but they might be turning down the deal.
Yeah.
You know, so it's on them.
Yeah.
It's out of my hands.
Yeah.
Because I'll fight. But will you pay?
Yeah, right now they don't even want to come to the table, and it's like they're hiding Conor from him. You know what I mean? So it's an interesting situation. You know? Like, you know, but I think the fans want it, the people want it. Maybe they don't want it.
Yeah, and I'm not asking, and it's still everywhere.
Exactly.
I'm not asking, you know.
Yeah, obviously you got a lot of height, you know, and I'm sure you, like you just said, you cut a lot. But like, where do you want to be the week of the fight? How many pounds out?
I try to diet farther out and get as close as I can, and then when I go week of the fight, I try to be within 6 to 7, 8 pounds.
Yeah.
And I want to have an easier week. Harder month, easier week, you know.
Before I let you guys go, I got to ask you about Conor McGregor, Floyd Mayweather, the fight that everybody's talking about. Obviously, you have boxing icon Floyd Mayweather taking on the Irish superstar Conor McGregor. Here's the tale of the tape. McGregor with the height and reach advantage, southpaw versus orthodox matchup. Mayweather has a perfect record, tons of experience, so just how would a fight between these two, Mayweather and McGregor, play out? If Mayweather and McGregor fight with boxing rules in a boxing ring, does McGregor have a shot at all with Floyd Mayweather, or is this just some type of publicity stunt?
I think it is a big publicity stunt, but my take on a boxing match between the two, I think McGregor's, I think he's good and he's got a good chance to make something happen in 2 or 3 rounds. But I think
so.
I think if anything, 2 or 3 rounds. But I think he's got an amateur style where he's only got to get good movement, good punches for 6, 8 minutes, and I think that's too amateur for Mayweather. I'm just saying he's got a puncher's chance, if anything.
Yeah, exactly. A lucky punch.
If anything. But as far as skill and technique, like he's got an amateur style, and like anybody could be good for 9, 6, 7 minutes. Anybody, and they all have that puncher's chance. But this guy's ready to go round after round, and he's gonna be a hard person to get a hold of. So I think it's gonna be a rough one.
Absolutely.
But who knows?
Who knows? That's the thing about combat sports. Gil, MMA rules in an octagon. Does Floyd stand a chance at all?
Yeah, the same thing. You know, Floyd has a great, puncher's chance. You know, I mean, he has a beautiful straight right. He has a great boxing, of course. If he can hit him with the little gloves, it could be lights out, But it's just different in the cage, James Toney fought Randy Couture once. He stepped into the octagon in there. It didn't go too well. Randy could do something slick. He got real low and just did an ankle pick and took him down. He had nothing to do, had nothing to answer for on that point, So if I'm Conor, I don't have my ego doesn't step in. I try to lay kick and I try to be very conservative, almost avoid all striking and try to take you down. And but in the process, if he catches a straight or hard counter punch from Floyd in those little gloves, it can be lights out, of course.
Problem.